Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Jim Carrey. Um, this is the second chapter two or the third chapter two on my three or four attempts to start writing this book. And after I get done reading my written words, then I'm just going to get to the pictures. And I have a million pictures to show y'all. And we'll discuss them in detail, like Hank smiling because he's holding my head down in this lower picture. And this picture. I am ready for my close-up and the left hook here. I I got more words to read because I'm a writer, y'all. All right, buck up. Dear Robin J. I was born on July 16, 1960. Gas was 26 cents a gallon and a loaf of bread was 20 cents. Eisenhower was president and Nixon was vice president. Weirdville, huh? My life expectancy was 69.7 years. Okay, 1960 plus 69.7 equals 2029.7. I'm taking that point 0.7. And 2029 minus 2020, frig, 9 years. GFY, good for you, huh? Plus 0.7. Hold the phone. You probably already are. Holding phone. Stop texting and driving, please. My life expectancy now, just Googled, is a whopping 78.69 years. So 1960 plus 78.69 equals 2038.69 minus 220 equals 18.69 years more. We'll try to push that to 20 years, bitch. I'm just about 60 years old now, so we're cruising till I'm 80 years old. Go, Bob. I was born into the Aretakis family because for hundreds of years, starting when, I'm very curious when it started, how did the first Aretakis get the name Aretakis? Somebody help me, tell me. The Aretakis and McGee families, both lower middle class Catholics, survived long enough in their respective countries, European countries, Greece and Ireland, to get some folks to the USA. Thank them all. There, in the port of New York City, my grandfather, the Greek Harilos, Harry, married my paternal grandmother, Dorothy Clinton, of Irish descent, of a dock working family. And on the other side of town, Walter McGee Sr. married Mary Alice Quinn. I Googled Quinn. The name Quinn goes back to the year 1079. Hello. And Walter McGee Sr. married Mary Alice Quinn in the Bronx or Rockaway, where they rented bungalows in summers, my maternal grandparents. Both of these lovely couples had children. Harilos, Grandpa Harry, and Dot had just two kids. My late Aunt Dorothy, who was a character and a female version of my father, Henry John, Harry also, their second child in Manhattan. Perhaps. My grandfather was a cook in a diner, the Market Diner, maybe, for 1,000 years. His whole life, since jumping ship in New York City from the Greek Navy. Now that's a story, and that's a show. How he courted my grandmother Dot, a fast-talking American city girl, is beyond me. He barely spoke English. He called me Bob. Bob! Bob! I heard food was involved. Him in the kitchen, diner kitchen all day, every day. Go, Harry. He made the most awesome rice pudding, just amazingly sweet and creamy, and a rare treat for us. They're still trying to replicate it. So, and Mom's mom had 6 children. My awesome past and present McGee aunts and uncles, electricians the men, great aunts, and my mom, Mary T. Graham, top speed. Dad, Papu, Harry, meets Mary, my mom, your Graham. She was 13 years old, he was 15, in Rockaway. Harry and Mom's brother, my Uncle Bobby, were scrounging for beer money. Mom gave them a nickel. Dad thought she was cheap, but he got his money's worth. He married her 6 years later. She's smart. She kept him and us out of the poorhouse, as she would say, and she probably still has the other nickel she had that day. They met in Rockaway Beach, Queens, New York, our Valhalla, when my sibs and I were kids. The Ocean Boardwalk, Playland Amusement Park, roller coaster, bungalows, aunts, uncles, 100 cousins. My and our cup of tea for sure. They weren't rich though, working class heroes, a long line of. Both a little rambunctious from the old stories, my parents. Why'd they freak out when I was... Both a little rambunctious from the old stories. My parents were both a little rambunctious from the old stories, so why'd they freak out when I was? Mom's always had her wedding party picture on a dresser at 35. I've gazed at it for years, and it seemed ancient then. Imagine now. Go ahead. Billy Derla Gomez. Their parents did the best they could with what they had. Goodness bless them. Like Greek and Celtic warriors, they plotted. There wasn't a lot of time for coddling or nurturing. The world was young and post-depression, hard times. They all had that mentality, save a crumb, B.A., which actually worked. Kept us out of the poorhouse. Right up to and through the overspend it all recent. Who wrote this dribble? Kept us out of the poorhouse. Right up to and through the overspend it all recent economical mentality. Wow. We really didn't participate, crumb factor. A childhood is the hardest thing to shake off. Read that somewhere. So both Harry and Mary worked since their teens. Mom has their first pay stubs. Add mom. You had to be in a union man and a secretary back then, and they were, literally. Paid their dues every day. They had an apartment in the city and 2 kids when I was born in a sanitarium, go figure. In the Bronx, last time I was in the Bronx, that week they moved all the way east to Selden, Long Island, Suffolk County, New York, my first home. I was their 3rd child, 2nd son. My oldest sister, Mare, was first born, then Hank Jr., All County, then me. Not too shabby. Hand-me-down toys and clothes. Dad worked a lot. He had 3 jobs at some points. I followed in those footprints. Journal entry. I sold my first 5 fire hydrant palm trees today. They'll sell them for $20. I get 10 at the Pet Gallery Critter Food Store. 5 of them, masterpieces all. Here's a picture of them. You see. You'll see later. All right, coming to the end here. Hang in there. Got 10 minutes for a 2-minute story. You know what? No. Well, I'm going to transpose these writings to a fireside chat YouTube format like I am now. Self-recorded while videoing my million still pictures. Tough. It's too long to write. I'm running out of time. Coronavirus creeping up on us. Shit's for real. Brought enough supplies in case of a 14-day lockdown. Worried for mom and others her age. Hell in a handbasket, mom. So if I don't make it check out my YouTube for my book to my sons. Peace. Bobby Apollo Aratakis. Robert Gerard Peter Bobby Apollo Aratakis. Peace.